Hello everyone, myself Anantrao Saladi. I teach IIT JEE Physics for both main and advanced in Narayana Educational Institutions. Today we are going to discuss JEE main question paper which is held on 29th January and 2024 in the afternoon session. So here we are having the question number 1 in front of us, which is related to a simple energy conservation. A simple pendulum is taken of 10 meter and it is released from the horizontal position and 10% of energy is lost. And what is the speed of the bob at the lowest position they're asking. So very easily we can do this question just by conservation. As it is coming down, something like an 10 meter initially horizontal position. Now it comes to vertical lowest position. Here we require the speed, and out of potential energy, whatever it is there lost, only 90% will be converted into kinetic energy. So we can write down that 90 by 100 into mgh, which is the available kinetic energy, will be equal to half mv square. So we can cancel the mass. Okay, so this I can write down as 0.9 into z value 10, height value is 10 meter again, so it is v square by 2. So then v square is equal to, it is something like an 180. So v is equal to under root 180. So we'll get 9 into 20. Okay. So you can write down 9 into 4 into 5. So 9 will come out, even 36 will come out. So 6 root 5 meter per second is the final answer. So next we'll go to the next question. Yeah. So it is related to YDSC, Young's double slit experiment question. Okay, so it's a very much straightforward question related to intensity formula. They're asking intensity at some point where phase difference is 7 pi by 2. So no diagram is required, nothing is there. So simply we can go for a formula, which is, as we know that the formula is I is equal to I max into cos square phi by 2. Now I max value is given already I. Okay, so then I max cos square 7 pi by 4. So then I is equal to I max into the cos square 7 pi by 4, it comes 1 by root 2. Okay. So then this entire square value I am writing as simply 1 by 2. Then I max into this entire value will become 1 by 2. They are asking I by I max value. So I by I max is equal to, it is 1 by 2. So the answer is going to be 1, first option. So let us go with this next question, which is related to electromagnetic waves. It's a very straightforward question on the equation. They have given already field equation, which you can see on the screen, that is 9.6 j cap. Sine of 2 pi into something has given, something like an omega t minus kx form they have given, and they're asking the maximum magnetic field value. Okay. So now we need to check what is the maximum magnetic field value. Already we are having the maximum electric field value, which is 9.6. So we know that in electromagnetic waves, so one relation is valid, E by B is equal to speed actually. So that I am writing as simply C. Okay. So this is for a vacuum. If it is in a medium, you can write down as E by B is equal to V. But anyway, the student should be very careful while you are dealing with the equation. Okay. So not every time C it is. You need to check what is the speed from the given equation. So how to check the speed from the given equation? So this we can do by something like this. If you see this, they have given some omega value and they have given the k value also. So from these two terms, we can check what is the speed is omega by k. So you can write down that E by B is equal to simply omega by k. So they have given the E value as 9.6 by B is equal to omega value we are having 30 into 10 power 6 by, it is 1 by 10 k value. So it is almost comes about like 3 into 10 power 8, something like a C value only. So we can judge that it is in vacuum. So it is 3 into 10 power 8. So the required B value is equal to 9.6 by 3 into 10 power 8, which is 3.2 into 10 power minus 8. So our option is going to be 1. We'll go with the next question. This question is related to purely Kepler's laws, which based on the third law, the square of time periods is proportional to a distance of the planet from the sun. So they have given already one time period, which is 200 days. Complete one revolution is nothing but a time period, 200 days, and distance is given as r. So next we require what is the time period for a distance of r by 4. So pure relation of what? Time period and distance, t square proportional to r cube. So let us go with t1 by t2 whole square is equal to r1 by r2 whole cube. Okay. So t1 they have given as 200 and t2 value we need to find out, whole square is equal to r1 value is r and r2 value is r by 4. Okay. So students, when you are doing this type of calculations, a little carefulness is important, otherwise you will do the mistakes. So it is something like an 4 cube, then 200 by t2 is equal to 4 power 3 by 2. So it is 2 cube going to be 8. Then the required time period will become 200 by 8, 100 by 4 and 50, sorry 25 you will get. Okay, so then required option is 2. Next we go with the question related to logic gates. Okay, so here they have given some gates and you have to be very careful with the symbols, otherwise you may do a mistake. There are two ways to do this question. One thing is just taking the 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 or like this. Truth table you can check, verify, and the second one is Boolean algebra. So I am going to deal with the Boolean algebra here. Okay, so A is you concentrate on the diagram. Then A is the input. So for the first gate, which is nothing but this is an AND gate. This is an AND gate. So A is the input. The next input is going to be B. So that means it is A dot B will be the which is output from the AND gate. And similarly, B is the input directly to the second AND gate. But there is a NOT gate connected to the A, so the input is going to be A bar. So then A bar dot B will be the output from the second AND gate. Then we have an OR gate, so we will take the output Y as something like this, A dot B plus A bar dot B. So then Y value goes to be, if you are taking the B common, then it is A bar plus A dot B. So obviously this is going to be 1, then directly Y value will become B. So wherever in the option Y and B values are equal, so that is going to be our answer. Y and B has to be same. Okay, so we will go with the option 3. You can check Y and B both are same. The next question is related to something like an elasticity, Young's modulus question. They have clearly given there is a wire and force is applied, and remaining data like length of the wire is given, radius of wire is given, cross section we know that. So all are given things, but they are asking for elongation, okay, with a comparative manner. Something like they made the radius half and force is also become half, then what is the elongation value they are asking. So we'll go with the first elongation equation. Okay, so elongation can be written as force into length of the wire by area of cross section, which is nothing but pi r square. So directly I wrote area of cross section as pi r square, okay, into Young's modulus. As we are using the same wire, so there is no difference in Young's modulus. Okay, and if you see the question, they are changing the only force and not length. So that's why I'm writing elongation is proportional to directly a force by r square. Okay, so then E1 by E2, my assumption is like E1 is the extension in the first case, E2 is the new elongation what they are asking. So then it is F1 by F2 multiplied with R2 by R1 whole square. Okay, so E1 by E2 is equal to, then F1 by F2, F1 is F, F2 value is a new force and new radius. So I'm taking F by 2 because both are become half, F and radius. So then R2 value will become R by 2 and R1 is R whole square. So then E1 value, E1 value they have given as delta L, then we have to find out the E2. So then this is 2 times multiplied with this is 1 by 2 whole square. So that means it will become 1 by 2 because it is 1 by 4. then E2 value will become 2 times of delta L. So the correct option is going to be fourth one. We go with the next question, which is related to elongation in the wire, which is something like an elasticity question only. Okay, so here it is very easy thing they have given. It's a comparison of elongation into what that rods. Okay, they have given the forces, and when they have given the same material, that means Young's modulus is same. Even elongation also they have given same. Okay, ratio of radii they have given x is to y, and length ratio is given m is to n. So we'll go with the formula. We know that extension is equal to f into L by pi r square y. Okay, so they have given same material. That means Young's modulus is same. Elongation also they have given same. So I can write down that F1 L1 by R1 square is equal to F2 L2 by R2 square. So then F1 by F2, okay, is equal to then L2 by L1 multiplied with R1 by R2 whole square. Okay, then F1 by F2 is equal to, see, L2 by L1 length ratio they have given as m is to n. So then it is L2 by L1. So it should be n by m, okay, multiplied with R1 by R2, which is nothing but x by y, okay, whole square. So it is a required ratio, force ratio, that n by m into x by y whole square. So n by m into x by y whole square, which is going to be second option. Okay. Yeah. Now we go with the third question, which is related to something like in the radius of curvature of a charged particle inside the magnetic field. It's a straightforward question again. Radius of curvature inside the magnetic field can be written as mv by qb. If you go through the question, they have given charged particles. Both are having the same charge, but masses are different. Both have the same velocity entering into the same magnetic field. Okay. Then radius are r1, r2. Then what is the ratio of m1, m2? Then we can write down that r1 by r2 is equal to, I can write down m1 by m2. Just I'm going with the ratio. Okay. So if you see the question, they have given the same velocity. So no need to take, they will cancel out. Okay, at the same time, same magnitude also, magnetic field magnitude, so B value also will goes off. It is uh, Q value is also same, so Q value also will cancel out. So simply we can say that radius is proportional to mass. Okay, so then R1 by R2, the ratio of M1 is to M2 they are asking, so M1 is to M2 is equal to R1 by R2. Okay, so the correct option is going to be third one. So here we go with the next question, ninth question. A liquid drop of radius r is given. 27 identical drops. So it's divided. One drop is divided into 27 identical drops. Surface tension given. Then what is the work done in the process they're asking. So if I'm taking the one drop of radius r, it is going to be divided into 27 drops. Then what would be the radius of the new drop? So simply we can go for mass conservation or mass equality, or else as liquid is same, density is same, we can go with volume conservation also. Okay, so technically that volume conservation I don't use personally, because it's not a the prime factor for conservation. The prime thing is mass conservation or mass same. Okay, so 4 by 3 pi r cube, again density will cancel out, so that's why I'm not taking the density. Then 27 times of 4 by 3 pi small r cube. Okay, so then 4 by 3 pi cancel out. Okay, then r cube is going to be 27 r cube, then r value goes to be r by 3. Okay, so the new radius will be r by 3. Then we need to identify the work done. So for work done, we need to check what is the change in surface area. For that, okay, so the initial surface area will be 4 pi r square. The final will be 27 times of 4 pi r square. That means area is increasing. So then work done will be surface tension into change in area, we can write down. Then work done is equal surface tension into final area minus initial area, which is 27 into 4 pi r square minus 4 pi capital R square. Okay, so if you see on the options, you are given with the capital R terms. So that's why I'm taking this, I'm changing the small r into capital R. Then t into 27, you can take 4 pi also common. Okay, in the place of small r, you can write down r by 3 whole square minus 4 pi r square. So it's better to kick out this 4 pi r square outside of the bracket. So then it is 27 by 9. Okay, so you'll get 3 minus 1. So which is going to be 2, then it is 8 pi r square T will be the work done, required work done to break the one drop into many drops. So then the correct option is going to be third one. The next question is related to alternating current. Okay, this is also very much very straightforward question. They have given the voltage equation and current equation. Students, here you need to remember that whenever they have given the equations, then they refer for maximum values like peak values. But if they are given only values like voltage is 100 volt, like current is 8 amperes, then that refers to the RMS value. Okay, so here equations are given, so that numbers has to be taken as peak values. Okay, they have given the phase difference. Again, here one fortunate thing is both equations are in sine form, so no need to convert anything. But some questions will have sine and cos form, then cos you have to convert. So as in the question they have given the sine and sine, no need to convert anything. Simply we can go with phase difference between voltage and current is pi by 3. Then they are asking the power dissipated. So we can go with the direct formula, that is Vrms into Irms into cos phi. Okay. So then the power is Vrms is nothing but V naught by root 2, I naught by root 2. I can write down V naught, I naught by root 2 cos phi. In my formula, V naught and I naught refer to maximum values or peak values. Then power is V naught 100, even I naught also 100 by 2. Then cos phi, which is nothing but pi by 3. Okay, so then power is, this is uh, 5000 I can write down. Okay, 50 into 100. Cos pi by 3 is 60, it is 1 by 2. So then power value is equal to 2500 watt. So this can be written as 2.5. Okay, so yeah. Actually, here we missed one term, that is milliamperes is there. Current is in milli, so it should be into 10 power minus 3. So then it is not 2500 watt, it is simply 2.5 watt. Okay, so then required answer will be 1. The next question will go with the rod is moving in the magnetic field. It is anybody will easily identify this question is related to motion EMF. So the motion EMF formula delta V, potential difference across moving rod across the, inside the magnetic field is, we can write down that L bar dot V bar cross B bar, which is, we can call it as box ABC, or box VLB. Okay, but in the question you can see clearly the magnetic field, velocity and length all are mutually perpendicular. So directly the potential difference we can write down as V by L. Okay, so then velocity is 10, B value, magnetic field value is 6 micro. Okay, and L value is 5 meter. So then it is going to be 30. Okay, 30 into 10 square, 10 power minus 4 it is. Then 3 into 10 power minus 3 volt. Okay, then this we can write down as 3 millivolt. So the required option is 1. Yeah, next again we'll go with the question which is related to vertical circular motion, it seems. Okay, yeah. So the speed of the, in the question, if you see in the second line, the speed of the B at the lowest point is just sufficient to make the complete the circular motion. That means what is the velocity at B point is root 5GL. Okay. Then they're asking the ratio of kinetic energy at A and B points. So it's a pure vertical circular motion. They are asking the ratio of speeds, kinetic energies at A and B points. And they have given that one hint in the question, that is what is the velocity at B point is sufficient to complete the vertical circular motion. So root 5GL. Once it is root 5GL at lowest point, then we know that at highest point it will be root GL by simple conservation of energy. Or else you can write down in this way, half m into VB square is equal to half m into VA square plus mg into 2L, which is energy conservation. Kinetic energy at B point is equal to uh, potential energy plus kinetic energy at A point, because we are taking the B as our reference. Then it is VB square is equal to VA square plus, we can write down 4GL, M will cancel out, multiply with the 2. VB square is nothing but 5GL, which is VA square plus 4GL. Then what the VA value goes to, or VA square goes to GL. So VA value I can write down root GL. So they're asking the kinetic energy at A point to kinetic energy at B point. So what the kinetic energy at A point is half m into VA square by half m into VB square. Okay, so then half m cancel out VA by VB, so it is nothing but root GL by root 5GL, or root to root you can cancel. Okay, na? So GL by 5GL whole square. Okay, root and square you can cancel out. Okay, so then it is 1 by 5 directly. GL also will cancel out. So answer going to be the first option. Yeah, next question is something like a circuit with a diode. Okay, if you see the diagram, the 4 ohm is connected with a diode and 10-volt battery is connected. They have given that battery is ideal. No need to consider any internal resistance of the battery. Now we require the current I value, which is passing through 4 ohm resistor. Okay, so as if you can see in the diagram, this is positive potential and negative. So if you follow the same sense, positive and negative, so this diode like diagram is able to appear. That diode will be in forward bias. So as it is in forward bias, then no need to consider any resistance for the forward bias unless until they specify in the question. As not specified in the question, as it is a memory based question paper, so we cannot guarantee the same question in the final exam also. Anyway, whatever information we are having, we will do the same thing here. Okay, so as forward bias, then we can short the diode. Okay, so then the circuit we can redraw something like this. You can remove the diode, then it is 4 ohm and 4 ohm will be in parallel. Then this is 1 ohm and this is 4 ohm and 4 ohm, and this is 2 ohm and connected to a battery of how much? 10 volt. Okay, these two will be in parallel. 4 ohm and 4 ohm will be parallel. Then net value will become 2 ohm for this. Then 2 plus 2 plus 1 all are in series. Then what is the current in the entire circuit? The current value goes to be 10 by 2 plus 2 plus 1. So it is 10 by 5, which is 2 ampere. This 2 ampere current goes here. Now, as they are equal resistors, so both are equal resistors, though then I can divide the current into equally. So 1 ampere and 1 ampere. So then they're asking the current through this 4 ohm, okay, because they have given the current I symbol there. That means they're asking the current in 4 ohm. Then required answer will be 1 ampere. So second option. So even this type of things, I don't know whether exactly they have given in the final exam same or not. See, first option, one number has 2 ampere. Second option, 2 as having the 1 ampere. So this may lead to confusion. So students, you need to take care while answering the question. Yeah. So we'll go with the next question, which is related to units and dimensions and errors measurements. Like you can say that the entire cluster is that. So they have given some quantity q a power 4 b cube by c square. The maximum percentage errors of a, b, c are given. Then they are asking the maximum percentage error in q. So whenever they have given this type of things, we know very well how to do it. We can apply the logarithm. Okay, ln q, okay, is equal to 4 times of ln a, then 3 times of ln b, and 2 times of ln c. Then if you derive it, then it is delta q by q, okay, 4 times of delta a by a, this is a, okay, and 3 times of delta b by b, and 2 times of delta c by c, okay. Then this delta a by a, delta b by b are the uh, fractional errors. If you multiply with the 100, then you will get percentage error. Then delta q by q into 100 is equal to 4 into delta a by a into 100. Then this is going to be error in a. Okay, to maximize we use all positives. Okay, we'll add up, then error will be maximized. Then plus or minus 3 times of delta b by b into 100. Okay, plus or minus 2 times of delta c by c into 100. Okay, so these values are given percentage errors. Then it is 4 into error in a is given as 3, and 3 into error in b is given 4. Okay, 2 into error in c is given 5. So then this is 12 plus 12 plus 10, it is 34% we are getting. Okay, so that will be the answer, numerical type. So the next question is related to current electricity, where they have given some resistors, currents, parallel connection, ammeter. They're asking the R value by giving the ammeter reading. Okay, so then if ammeter is is showing the 0.9 amperes. Already 0.3 ampere is there. Okay. So then I'm taking the current in 15 ohm as I1, then current in R is I2. Okay. The first idea is, as all are in parallel, I can equate potential differences. Then I2 into R is equal to 20 into 0.3, okay, which is equal to 15 into I1. So ultimately we need to find out R value. To find out R value, we require I2 value. So here immediately we can calculate I1 value, which is nothing but 6 is equal to 15 I1. Okay, so then I1 value is equal to 6 by 15, which is nothing but 2 by 5, 3 multiple by 3, then it is something like in 0.4 ampere. Okay, so then I know that I1 value 0.4 ampere. Already we know that 0.3 ampere one branch, and we require the I2 value. So I can write down that I1 plus 0.3 plus I2 should be equal to 0.9, which is nothing but the current at a junction flowing into the junction is equal to current coming out of the junction. So then I1 is 0.4, so total is 0.7 I2 is equal to 0.9, 0.7 plus I2. Then I2 value goes to 0.2 amperes. Once I know the I2 value, I can find out R value. How? Then I2 into R is equal to, I can write down 20 into 0.3. I'm taking the first part now. Okay. So then it is 0.2 into R is equal to 20 into 0.3. Okay. So then R value is equal to 0.2, 0.3, points will cut, 20 into 3 by 2, it is 30 ohm. So the required answer is 30 ohm. Next question is a little related to capacitors and steady state. Okay. So they're asking the charge on 6 microfarad when A and B are shorted. This is important. So what is the meaning of A and B shorted? A and B shorted means you can connect with a conducting wire A and B. Then 6 ohm and 6 microfarad both will be in parallel. Okay. So 3 ohm and 3 microfarad. These two also will be in parallel. And we know that they're asking for charge. See, again, I feel that this is may not be a complete question in the final examination. So final charge, maybe you see, maybe the terms are missing as it is a memory-based question paper. Final charge on the capacitor must be the terminology I feel, or else the charge on the capacitor in steady state. So I feel that either final charge on the capacitor or charge on the steady state on the capacitor. So these might be the terminologies given in the question paper. So we are also following the same thing, because as it is RC circuit, the charge on the capacitor depends on the time. One should not forget that part. Okay. So I'm solving for what is that steady state. In steady state, we know that the capacitor does not allow the current. So then the current flows through 6 ohm and 3 ohm and go to the ground. So this is the path of the current because capacitor does not allow. So that means the current, whatever current is there in 6 ohm, the same current will be there in the 3 ohm also. That means you can take it as 6 ohm and 3 ohm will be in series. Then what is the current? What is the current value? The current value goes to potential difference is 9 by total resistance also 9, it will be 1 ampere. As current is 1 ampere, okay, then what is the potential difference across this 6 ohm resistor? It will be 6 volt, okay, because current is 1 ampere. 6 ohm into 1 ampere, it will be 6 volt. And across the 3 ohm, it will be 3 volt. That means across this, it will be 3 volt, which is not required for us. Actually, they are asking for across the 6 ohm, which is 6 volt. So then, what is the charge on the capacitor? The charge on the capacitor, final charge on the capacitor, I can write down as, okay, Q is equal to CV, formula I am applying. Then 6 microfarad into 6 volt. Then charge value goes to 36 microcoulomb. So this is the final charge on the 6 ohm capacitor. So here we go with the next question. The distance between twice magnified virtual image of an object placed in front of mirror is 15 centimeter. Find the focal length of the spherical mirror they are asking. Distance between twice magnified virtual image. This question very logically they asked. Okay. I think, I don't know how many of you, carefully observe the question, because they have not mentioned any mirror in this. So if this is the final exam question, then definitely we need to appreciate the question paper setter. Why? Because they didn't mention the mirror. So one should have a discriminate brain between whether it is a concave mirror or convex mirror. Okay. So as it is a real object, okay, and virtual image, and they're asking for twice magnified virtual image. So you will get magnified virtual image for concave mirror only. Okay, so no need to mention in the question that is concave mirror. If it is a convex mirror, you will get the diminished virtual image, not magnified. Yeah. So then twice magnitude they are saying. Okay. So as they are saying that twice magnitude, definitely if object is at x distance, then image will be at 2x distance, because we know that magnification is equal to minus v by u. Okay, 2 times you will get. Okay, as magnification is 2 times, then definitely image distance will be 2 times of the object distance. So I can write down that x plus 2x is equal to 15 centimeter. Then 3x is equal to 15 centimeter. Okay, then x is equal to 5 centimeter. Once I know the x value, I can go for focal length. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v plus 1 by u. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by v value. It is x value 5. That means image distance will be 10 centimeter. Object distance will be 5 centimeter. Obviously, this is positive one and this is negative. Okay. So then v value is positive, plus 10 minus, sorry, plus u value is minus. Then 1 by f is equal to, this is 1 by 10 minus 1 by 5. Okay. Then this is minus 1 by 10. Then focal length will be minus 10 centimeter. So negative stands for like concave mirror. Yeah. So now we go with the next question, which is related to electric flux through an area. They have given the electric field value, which is fortunately a constant electric field value is given, and they have given the area of cross section also, which is 30 units. Okay, but that area is in YZ plane. That is the important thing you need to notice. Then once you understood that YZ plane, then where will be the, see, this is the YZ plane, let us say, this is Y and Z, let us say, then positive or negative Z. Okay, so this is X. So then where will be this normal to the plane? The normal to the plane will be perpendicular to this one. Okay, so along the x-axis. So as normal is along the x-axis, we need to consider only the field along the x-axis. Why? Because remaining field along the y-axis, field along the z-axis uh, will have the zero flux. So then the flux value I can write down as simply the field along the x-axis multiplied with the area of entire plane. So then this will be 180. Simply I am writing as units. So the answer will be 180 again. Yeah. So next question is related to something like an thermodynamics gases. They have given that n moles of a non-linear polyatomic gas, degree of freedom has given 6, is mixed with 2 moles of monoatomic gas. As it is monoatomic gas, no need to give the any degree of freedom. The resultant mixture has a molar specific heat equal to that of the diatomic gas. What is the value of n? N moles we require. So here again they simply ask like an molar specific heat. Again, I don't feel that this is the exact terminology in the final exam question. Maybe they ask like molar specific heat at constant volume, maybe constant pressure, can be anything. Okay, but we need to identify that mixture value we need to find out. Okay, so that's why what we do is to cut down the ambiguity, what I'm doing is I'm going with the directly CV of mixture. Why? Because once CV of mixture matches, CP also matches, then there is no issue. So that's why CV of mixture I can write down that N1 CV1 plus N2 CV2 by N1 plus N2. So CV of mixture will be equal to diatomic gas they have given. That means it should be how much? It should be CV value for diatomic. Okay, 5R by 2. That will be equal to number of moles for the non-linear polyatomic as given as capital N. So I'm using that, and C value degree of freedom has given 6. So I can write down 3R by 2. Sorry, 6R by 2, which is C value is equal to F into R by 2 idea I'm using, where F stands for degree of freedom. Okay. plus N2 value, 2 moles has given, monatomic they are given, so it should be 3R by 2. Monatomic will have the degree of freedom is 3 by N1 plus N2, this is N plus 2. Okay, so then in all terms R by 2 will cancel out. Okay, so then 5 is equal to, this is N 6N plus 6 by N plus 2. Hope it is correct. Okay, then 5N plus 10 is equal to 6N plus 6. Then N value going to be how much? It is 4. Okay, so the required answer will be 4. So 4 moles of non-linear polyatomic gas is mixed with 2 moles of monatomic gas. Yeah. So here next question, which is related to simple harmonic motion. They have given different x values. Okay. So they are asking for the time value. Okay. They have given the time period as 6 seconds. If you see the question, and they have mentioned the amplitude also. Now particle is coming from x is equal to a. So if you read the question carefully, particle is moving from x is equal to a to x is equal to root 3 by 2a. Okay, so they have given, they have clearly mentioned the positions of the particle, so not distance or displacement traveled. So as particle is starting from x is equal to a, so directly I can use the equation of what? X is equal to a cos omega t. Why? Because particle starting from the extreme position, we need to use the cos equation. If particle is starting from the mean position, we need to use the sine equation. So then after some time t, okay, so the position of the particle is root 3 by 2 into a. So directly I'm writing the x value is root 3 by 2 a is equal to a cos omega t. Okay, then a cancels out. Then omega t is equal to, they're asking for first time, so we can take the lowest possible angle. Root 3 by 2 is nothing but 30 degree, which is pi by 6. But omega value is given 2 pi by t, we know this part, and time period value is given 6 seconds, so 2 pi by 6 into t is equal to pi by 6, 6 and pi cancels out, then time value is 1 by 2 seconds. Okay, so this is the time value, but that is not the answer what they're asking. They're asking first time is tau, then what is the 6 tau value they're asking. This is the first time, 1 by 2 second, then they're asking the 6 times of t, 6 into 1 by 2, then required answer would be 3. Yeah, that's it, student. That is the information or questions what we are having on the memory based. So hope you all enjoyed this solving of the question paper, and all the best for your upcoming sessions. And may not be the same type of questions coming, but sure, this type of analysis of the question paper definitely useful for you. Okay, so be mindful while solving the question and answering it. Okay, and read the question thoroughly so that you will become success in your upcoming examinations.